Hey, welcome to this week's readings. So these readings are for the collective, regardless of your star sign. It is just what do you need to know this week, regardless of your astrology sign. So I shuffle the cards and I ask what the collective needs to know. My name is Lindsay Banks. If you haven't already gone and liked and subscribed my channel, please do so. I also have a program called The Spiritual Journey, where I interview other spiritual people about their journey, where they've been from, what they're doing now, and how they're helping others. So please do go over and check out those videos. For now, we're coming up to 2020, which is awesome. I've been saying to so many people how excited I am for next year. So for myself, as a healer, as a psychic, as a medium, as an intuitive, I feel like it's going to be a really big year for other people in the wellbeing industry, other healers, other therapists, etc. So I'm just genuinely quite excited by next year and the transformations that are going to come in. So I will do another video about 2020 and what that looks like going forward, but for now I will do the reading for this week based on the cards that I've received. So the first card that I pulled was Stand Your Ground, and I feel like with this one it's about, we talk about letting go of the old for this year and bringing in the new, but what I feel with the Stand Your Ground card is that it's about being true to you and who you are. So if you know for a fact that you have certain beliefs and certain values, and maybe the people around you don't agree with them, this is about you being true to you. Yeah, remembering who you are and what do you want to do going forward. So regardless of people's opinions, people's judgments about you, it's about you just being true to you and standing up for who you are and who you believe in. So I feel like that's a big one this week. So if you already know what you're passionate about and where you want to go in 2020, but you've got people around you going bah, 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 in your ear, don't listen to them. You know your way, you know your path. Yeah, follow it and just stand true to who you are. The second card I got was Healing. So I feel as if rather than sending healing to yourself, this follows on from this card, where when you're standing true to you and your beliefs and who you are, what you'll be drawn to do or guided to do is to then send healing to those who are having the judgments about you and having the opinions. Because in this card, the gentleman is lifting this cup up into sort of like the atmosphere. So I feel as if when you're standing true in your purpose and your passion, then it's about you also then sending that guided light and healing to others who maybe have a different perception and different ideas. But there's definitely a sense of sending healing to the collective as well. Just looking. It's funny because last night I woke up at 3:30 in the morning. This solar eclipse is messing with my sleep. I don't know if it's messing with anyone else's, but in that stage of sort of semi-awake, semi-asleep, I just had this vision of me where I was standing in a murky bar, and not a murky bar, anyway, standing in a murky bar shape, and it was like this bright white light. And then I read a lady's blog post today which talked about these murky bars updating our DNA, which was really interesting and fascinating, and that's the sort of shape that this cup is being held into. So I do feel as if you're the one who's feeling judged and sort of worrying about other people's opinions of who you are, then it's up to you to send healing and light to those people. So the next card I got was Goddess of the Shadows, and this one says what you perceive to be your dark side holds a hidden treasure. So with this one we've got the fire, which is sort of like down here, and again I feel like this is to do with like your passion. So you may be feeling really angry about a certain situation or about a relationship that's not working, again to do with beliefs and opinions, and I feel as if it's again being true to you. And when people talk about having that fire in their belly, And it's about utilizing that anger, potentially, that fire, to push yourself forward, to go and do something that you maybe not contemplated before, or maybe not thought that you were able to. It might be that you're really impatient. I'm so impatient. But it might be that you're impatient and you have this drive to just get things done and move forward. So it's about utilizing these aspects of ourselves that might not necessarily be perceived as good or as beneficial, yeah, and really drawing upon them and going, right, actually, I want this now, so how am I going to make it happen now? Or, like I said, you know, if it's anger, using that anger in a constructive and productive way forward. Yeah, and I feel as if as well, if you're watching and you know a little bit about energy and the chakras, I feel as if there is a bit of chakra balancing to be done as well this week. Just bringing yourself back in line and alignment with yourself. And then the final one we got was the Earth card, and I feel like this one it's partly to do with being grounded as well, so keeping your feet on the ground. So, you know, especially at this time of year when it's coming up to New Year's Day, everyone's like, oh, New Year's resolutions, what am I going to do in 2020? And you've got all these ideas buzzing around your mind, but I feel as if you still need to ground yourself and bring yourself back down to earth. And you can do this by, you know, taking yourself off for a walk in nature, connecting with the earth, you know, putting your feet on the ground outside, because I feel as if there is a lot of energy around people's crown chakras and around their heads at the minute, and it's like, oh, I'm going to do this and I can do this and I can do this. But we need to remember that these ideas need to be grounded as well, which means we need to take action and come up with a plan for how potentially these ideas are going to manifest. So it's great having all the ideas and putting them out there to the universe, but we also need to take inspired action to create them for ourselves and our lives. So the last two affirmation cards we have is the first one: the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So it's about finding that peace within you and being happy with who you are and content with who you are, and believing that you are you're on the right path. And this one goes back to the healing one as well. I share my light with the world. Okay, so they are your cards for this week. I will do a video about 2020 and what that looks like for everyone as well. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe. I will be back with there'll be an episode of the spiritual journey being published on Tuesday, which is all about access bars. So like I said, please give a like and subscribe, and I will be back next week with my readings. See you soon.